What's up, YouTube? Okay, as you guys know, being able to pay for college, or at least pay for like basic things like food, clothes, whatever, it's not easy when you have a lot going on and you're worried about grades, all these different things. So I'm a big believer in side hustles. I don't have an hourly job. I worked different hourly jobs before while I've been in college, and the best way I've actually made money is through different side hustles. So I've made anywhere from like $1,000 to like $5,000 each month in the past year while I've been in college, and that's all been thanks to side hustles. Granted, I have had like some internships and stuff like that, but this video is going to be all about how I've made money through side hustles specifically, and how you might be able to find your own side hustles too in order to pay for college. So the first thing I do, I've talked about this on my channel before, I do real estate. I work for a real estate company here in Austin. The company is called Housing Scout, so if you've never heard of it, definitely go check it out. I'll leave a link to their website down below. All the agents in the company are actually UT students. Our main customers are actually students, so we help students find housing in the Austin area. You can go watch an actual video that's like full detail on my job and like what I do with real estate, but basically this is how I make most of my money, and this is how I pay my rent while I'm in college. So when you work as a leasing agent for a company, the way you get paid is when you bring in clients to different apartment complexes. All in all, I'll get paid like anywhere from like $500 to like $1,000, maybe more, for each group of students that I bring into an apartment complex. So it's really good pay, and the great thing about this job is that I can make my own schedule. So I really just work whenever I want, and I can, if I want to just chill for a month and not work at all, I can do that. That's why I call it a side hustle, because it's not like an hourly job. It's not the same. The company is very hands-off. They let you do your own thing, find your own clients. And yeah, it's really nice. You just work underneath them, they help you, they'll train you. It's just an amazing company. Like, I'm so glad I did it. I started doing this my sophomore year of college. The one thing I will say about this job is that you don't really have a set paycheck. So I've made $0 in 1 month, and I've made over $5,000 in 1 month from this job. So it definitely just depends on how hard you're working and when apartments choose to pay you. I know a lot of like colleges, depending on where you go to school, they don't have options like this. No matter what city or state you're in, you can do real estate. I definitely think that if you live in a bigger city like Austin, or a city that's growing, it's definitely a lot easier to do real estate. But just in general, having your real estate license is really good if you want to make money. Even if you can't do like student housing and help students find apartments, you can get your real estate license in whatever city you're in and just sell a few houses and pay for school that way. My next side hustle that I do is I resell shoes. So I'm really into sneaker reselling. I don't do it like as big as I know like a lot of people do, but I'm really into shoes just in general. I'm like a big sneaker person, so unless you really know what's going on like in the sneaker world, it's kind of hard to resell sneakers. But if you're into that, like as it is, I definitely suggest trying to ramp up, and like if you're already gonna buy like a Jordan that's coming out, for example, then resell it. I just started kind of getting into it like this year, so I haven't made a whole lot yet, but it's definitely it's a really good side hustle, and a lot of people can make big money off of reselling sneakers if they really get into it. So in the past month, I've made like $300 off of reselling shoes. I'll resell my shoes on StockX or GOAT. So all I really do is if there's a new shoe that's coming out that I'm planning to buy, I'll go into the store or wherever I get my sneakers from, and I'll try to get like 2 or 3 extra pairs on top of the shoes that I'm already buying, and I'll resell those shoes. Basically, the money that I'm making from reselling shoes, it pays for the shoes that I just bought, but it also gets me extra money. So it kind of makes me feel less bad about spending money on it. So I would definitely suggest, like, even if you're not into sneakers, look into whatever you enjoy spending money on, whether that be sneakers, I don't know, it could be like some kind of recreational thing, like whatever that is that you really like to spend money on, that you have kind of a problem spending money on. Like, it could just be clothes in general, into reselling the things that you're wearing. Like, I know people who make thousands of dollars off their Depop each year, so like that's a really good side hustle that not a lot of people get credit for. But I'm telling you, it makes you really good money. Reselling things are definitely really good side hustles. That's something I definitely recommend. Okay, so the next thing I started doing in order to make money was I started building websites for people. I just started doing this like literally this month, so I haven't really made that much money from it, but I wanted to talk about it because if you have any kind of skill, anything that you are decent at or good at and you want to even get better at, then try to make money from it. It's really easy just to talk to people in your area. If you're in college, you probably know a good amount of people. advertise what you're good at. So that's another really, really good side hustle. I just started doing this, so I haven't made a whole lot from it yet. But in the past month, I've made $100 just from building a website for someone. That took me like 2 hours to do. So that's another thing to look into, is if you're really good at something, especially like Wix website building or like Squarespace, it's a really, really easy thing to learn. So even if you don't really know it, I look into building websites just because it's really, really, really easy money that you make a lot of money from really quickly. YouTube also makes you money, as I'm sure you know. When you run ads on your YouTube channel, you make like a few cents per view or something like that. So I made money from my YouTube. That's another thing I made money from. If you have a YouTube channel, you should definitely look into monetizing if you haven't done that yet. If you've ever thought about making a YouTube channel and you have something that you want to talk about or something that you're good at, I definitely encourage people to make that. Like, I think starting a YouTube while you're in college is always a good idea, because people have really interesting lives. Like, I don't think that my life is that interesting, but people like watch my videos for like advice and things like that. So look into making a YouTube. Like, if you always want to do it, I definitely suggest doing it, just because it can make you money. So that's a really, really good option too. And the last thing I made money from in the past year, like my last side hustle that I'm into, is just my business. So I started my own business recently where I basically help people find photographers in the Austin area. With that business, I've made like $200, $300 in the past couple of months. So it's a small little bit of money that comes in, but it helps. Like, when you have different side hustles that you're building up, it all adds up to be a good paycheck when you're doing different things. So it's taken like quite a bit of time to like start that business and get it going. But now that it's running itself, it basically just brings in customers like on its own, and I make money without having to really do anything with that. And sometimes I forget that the website's even up and it's just there, and it'll make me money. So it's a really, really good way to like just make extra cash on the side. So yeah, I definitely encourage, like, if you have some kind of business idea or something that you know would make you quick money without you having to do a lot of work, then pursue that. Like, being in college right now is the best time to start a business. So I definitely encourage anyone who's into entrepreneurship or anything like that, start your own business now. Like, this is the best time to work on things. Starting a business is definitely going to be the most time consuming thing that you do. But I definitely think that if you start your own business over working some kind of hourly job, the payout in the end might be a lot better, and you just learn like a lot of valuable skills from it. So just from starting my business is how I learned to build Wix websites. So I've made extra money on the side also building Wix websites. So, and it's another good thing to talk about like in interviews too. So I definitely suggest, if you're in college, look into starting your own business. Do some research, look into whatever ideas that you're into. That's basically it for the side hustles that I am currently doing. Like I said, paying for college, I know it's really, really tough. I know everyone's super, super busy. There's a lot of things going on at all times, but I definitely encourage, like I said, look into different things that you can do to make money. There's so many options out there. I can make a whole video on different side hustle ideas, but these are just the basic things that I do in order to make money. If you guys want me to make more videos on this, I definitely can. I know a lot of people like in the UT area who make money doing different things, so I can even highlight like things that my friends are doing. So stay tuned for some more content. I'm definitely going to be making some more videos soon. I know it's been a while, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.